Hello there! So this video is about legendary mod that makes our Pew Pews explosive. I'll try to cover up the most important stuff to give you the idea how everything works. Today without a crazy amount of calculations. It took me a couple of weeks to make this video, so you can support my work via likes, subscriptions and even membership if you want. These videos are very hard to make and they poorly perform on my channel, but my idea is to help and nothing else. So let's get started. Yokis dokis, and we start with something easy. I have few hunting rifles, non-legendary, quad explosive and two-shot explosive with the same exact everything except for legendary modifications obviously. Damage calculation goes the same way as I showed you in the video about heavies. By the way, check it out. Explosive part is 5 times weaker than description damage, and 0.2 indicates exactly that. Actually, if we round up 17.2, we get 17, but the damage formula is fine, should be fine. Damage coef for explosive part calculates separately. That means it will be quite psyche against Señorito Earl Williams. The shot is the best for explosive damage, but it is all relative since sneak attack doesn't boost explosive part. And the best first star legendary mod depends on your base damage and resistance of your enemy. And in case of armor penetrative mod, such as perforated magazine or armor piercing receiver, you can forget about two-shot explosive as a damage dealer. By the way, tenderizer works twice, cause it boosts description damage and then explosive part separately. It is a multiplier, so you must use it. The whole idea is to make their ballistic resistance as low as possible, while your explosive damage as high as possible, to make damage coef as friendly as possible. And the best way to make it your personal bitch lays through critical damage. Well, obviously Dam Expert is a must. Whatever affects your damage is good to have. Tenderizer, follow through, taking one for the team are damage multipliers. But anyways, let's move to the second test to figure out what's better for Commando Pew Pews. I have 4 explosive headmates with same everything, but once again different legendary mods. So we have anti-armor, bloody, quad and two-shot. Today we just gonna compare final damage numbers without breaking them down, cause I don't want to make this video super long. Anyways, no one watches them and it takes ages to edit these videos. Yokis dokis, Puppy Hawk, I'm here. The first test includes sneak bonus, and as we remember, it does nothing to explosive part of our damage outcome. And the anti-armor wins because his resistance is around 17, so description damage should be enough to make damage reduction coef as friendly as possible. But still, explosive part is better in case of two-shot. Obviously, VATS is a must here to make sure that both bullets go to the target. Though later we're gonna see how everything works for another weapon with no VATS. Now let's see how critical damage changes everything. And anti-armor is still better. It's kinda funny, it wins because explosive damage is stronger. Take it away and bloody is the king. Critical damage and tenderizer reduce the difference between two-shot and other two. So there is a way to make it work for you. Go VATS crit build, use weapons with high base damage, all possible buffs, and you will be fine. Except for colossal problem experience, of course. Yokis dokis. Now let's check something non-explosive, but anyways, it works as explosive. Anti-armor, bloody, quad and two-shot Cryolator. I guess only Tad knows for what exact reason Demo Expert works with frozen type of damage. Well, here 2-shot actually is the best option if you use VAPs. Bloody is still great, but TS will be better in any situation. Cryolator by default gives you 2 numbers, and one of these numbers is affected by Demo Expert. Once again, for no reason. This weapon is not explosive. It doesn't do any area damage, but it just works this way. Other weapons with cryo type of damage take advantage of the same bug or feature, so just keep it in mind. But what we can say about this dude? It is a heavy weapon, it's better in power armor because of stabilized, but power armor gives us less action points than we can have with unyielded armor. 2-shot means crazy recoil, and by default our recoil is not that great, and soon we're gonna see the difference. So let me show you right now, because anyways it's clear that even with stabilized 2-shot is the king. I mean, bloody is better against shooting target only if we don't use any buffs. Both weapons will have a good accuracy if we don't go fully automatic and shoot snowballs one by one. Actually, let me show you the same but with live target. So in case of 2-shot, at least with one bow I can hit the target the whole time. But it is super important to aim, otherwise the spread is crazy. In case of TS, frozen balls will fly wherever they want. But let's compare shooting from the hip. Oh, this is crazy. And when we aim down sight, like this. You see the difference? All balls go to the same spot. Once again, Cryolator is not an explosive weapon. There is no area damage, there is no reason for Demo Expert to work here. But let's call it a feature we need and deserve. What about explosive weapons? Like my handmade. Area damage works just fine, but Senorito Grenadier doesn't work as intended. With this dude equipped, we can tag enemies approximately at 24 feet. I think it is the exact number. With no Grenadier, the maximum distance to deal the minimum damage, area damage, is only 15 feet, not half or 12 feet. Long range doesn't affect explosive damage, cause basically it explodes at 0 distance if you hit the target. So it doesn't matter where you're shooting from. And this is great. Die, holy Mothman. If you are a bloody heavy gunner, bloody explosive is probably the #1 toy you wanna get your hands on. 2-shot in this case would be great only to tag as many enemies as possible and quite effective against senoritos with low ballistic damage resistance. Anti-armor gonna lose to bloody, but there is one particular dude that has something else to offer apart of good DPS, and I'm talking about Vampire. Do not forget to equip Ricochet, the rest would be the same. Yeah. Now let's see what both dudes can offer in the fight. Senorito 50 cal is good, because it has no spin to win problem, like some Gatling weapons have, though actually they shouldn't have any delay, at least minigun shouldn't, because it is a real weapon. 50 cal as well exists, not explosive version, but anyways. So, as you can see, I did not lose a lot of hit points. Basically, I'm fine. Let's take a look at Vampire Explosive that will restore our hit points while we are shooting. And basically, we are immortal. Temporarily, but anyways. Speaking of damage, well, we still can kill quite fast. Almost everything. The difference will be noticeable only with big mobs. I'm using here a full set of Overeaters, so I will be fine with a bloody weapon. But for new players, Vampire Explosive is way better than everything else, especially against Ship Squash Imposter, Decryption, Daily Ops and Reflective Skin Mutation, if you kill them with a splash damage. not directly. I mean, not direct hits. Senorita Mummy Crab is a tough cookie, but actually quite biteable. If you have explosive teeth, half of inch each. Well, you can say that with faster fire rate you would kill her faster, and you will be right, but here we have some nice visual effects. Finally, it's time to check Pew Pews for full health heavy gunner, and we have anti-armor, aristocrats, furious, juggernauts, two-shot, and vampires. And here we have miniguns. Well, first we need to understand that furious here just doesn't work. Explosive part makes it useless. Instigating, yes, but it is just saying. Anti-armor would be a solid option, somewhere in between juggernauts and aristocrats. Two-shot is a winner here. It has the same damage buff as juggernauts, plus 25%, but explosive part is applied 2 times with the same power, plus 6. Obviously, it doesn't mean that you always will hit with both explosive bullets. Minigun has a very unfriendly recoil, and I think we can check it out. If we compare anti-armor and two-shot, there is a clear difference. Two-shot has a terrible recoil, look how shaky the screen is. It's even getting worse if you don't aim. In this case, TS rounds will be separated way further like with Cryolator, so don't aim if you're trying to cover up a larger area during eviction notice. Obviously, there is no problem with hitting large objects at any distance, literally no problem. Two-shot is great here, and in case of mobs with high damage resistance, actually it will be better. Damage of explosions doesn't get reduced because of range, and it is doubled if you hit the target with both shots. But even if you don't, there is area damage that does something little, but anyways. So, bad recoil doesn't make two-shot a bad choice. No, minigun is garbage and needs some love. Please. I think that's all for today. Well, I can keep talking and talking, but maybe it is enough for this video. I didn't mention stuff like additional buffs, for example Tesla Science number 3, magazine that boosts the rate of explosion and stacks with Grenadier. And I did not mention explosions dealt by melee weapons. Probably something else. Well, if people will watch my videos, I clearly make more stuff like this. But for now, I want to say big thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye bye bye. Bye bye.